exactly 1313. But I just clicked too early accidentally. Hi everyone, welcome to the 13th issue of Topflight Tales. My name is Philip and I'm the publisher of this game. And to some of my sides are some of our players. Teleportia will be here in 5 minutes. Trying to get, I don't know, maybe, who knows. How's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Great.
Yeah.
Curious
to see what we're doing.
There's only two of you here tonight, and so we have some options. And I want to throw these out to you because this also, though we've called this episode 13, if you guys don't want to play with only two of you, and especially you don't want to do the 13th episode without Dan, I can understand that. Or we do 13 without Dan and he's just like sad. So we could just turn this into a just chatting or whatever. Or we could do one of our games and just have it be the two of you in the driver's seat. And if we do that, perhaps we could sort of be in the we could do some like sort of secret origin, backstory, backfill things for some characters who we haven't seen as much of. Does anyone have a preference of these options? Or one would think that I would have talked to them about this before going live, but
legitimately, this is the first time we're talking about this.
That's not how I roll.
I will rejoice in doing a 13th episode without Dan.
Understood. Okay, so we shall play.
I'm going to be honest. I'm split because part of me is like, oh, he really would appreciate doing it, and that would be nice. But then the other part of me is cackling, saying, no, play. So.
Oh my God.
Okay, just think of all the times he has created a new system that we have to, a new thread that we have to play now on Wednesdays.
Not only that, we should play a game with.
Or we can start a new one.
And KJ is not. See, she doesn't think that's funny. She's not into that. We're not doing that anymore. At least not until we've ended. If we end two of the ones we have, then maybe we can start another one.
Yeah.
So wait,
we're not even at two, at one in, one out. We're at two out, one in.
Can I ask you a question then, KJ? Mm-hmm. When you play something like Cyberpunk or Baldur's Gate or something, do you amass a bunch of quests or stuff in your quest log, or do you have to like check them off? Do you have to keep that tidy? I'm just curious. This isn't a judgment.
So I do both. I will grab all of the side quests that I physically can't, like in the one area, and then I will start checking them off, and then I can go on and complete the next thing, and now grab the next mass of side quests.
Oh no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I support that.
Yeah,
I get that.
It gets tough because certain games I will start to burn myself out, and I'm like, no, this is what we do. We got to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to have the realization that like, if I don't like a type of quest in a game, I could just not do that now that I'm an adult in my 30s and don't need to put 100 hours into every video game.
Beginning to think.
Like in the first Spider-Man, I was just like, I don't enjoy these like hideouts where it's just waves of bad guys I need to fight. I don't need to complete these all to finish the game. But anyway,
one day when I grow up, I might be like that.
I just have too many games sitting unplayed to keep doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna not keep turning this into a just chatting since I said I wanted to play.
Okay. Well, keep chatting because I need to actually do chat. I need to do a thing and text a thing secretly to someone who's on this game and it's not you.
Oh, okay. I'll be excited to see what Sierra's character is then. I guess I'll just talk out to the audience now, since clearly KJ is gonna be distracted by whatever you're texting her.
I was typing. I was answering in chat.
Oh yes, Sophia. I have not streamed in forever. That's because I've actually been like working and having meetings the last few weeks. I have streamed every Sunday though. Sunday morning is always safe. So I have been reading Animorph books. But no, I haven't played the other games. Sorry, I have to make a living somehow. Yeah, it is always like, I remember like playing The Witcher, and it would be like I came back to it after a while break, and I was like, I don't know if I like this game anymore. It was just like, because I was doing all these like monster hunting quests out in the wilderness, and then I got to a city, and it was just like, boom quest, intrigue, storyline, plotline. I was like, oh no, I love this game. I forgot, like, it's just like, yeah, when you walk into a new area and suddenly the game's like, boom, 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 boom. You're like, oh, right. Exciting new developments.
Yeah. I mean, it's usually not so bad. But recently it was, I mentioned in chat just now, but I was playing Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and the side quests in that game are maddening. And the mini games specifically, and then some mini games are part of side quests. And
Okay.
I have never like I adore Final Fantasy. Even if all the reviews say it is the worst game to exist, I'll be like, oh, that sucks. Here's my money. I'm gonna play it still.
Yeah.
It is just it's my thing.
No, I get it.
And I hate played through every mini game. Like I started playing it out of spite at some point, and it was so I hated so much of the mini games in that. It was real bad.
What type of thing?
All of that. Well, there is a side quest in there where you have to lead these chickens back to like a pen, and you do that with a can tied to a string and dragging it, and the chicken gets attacked. You know, he likes the can, and if he reaches the can, the chicken gets bored, so you got to keep moving. But if you go too far, the chicken gets disinterested. And it was stupid. And the mechanics were like, oh, if you're walking backwards pulling the string, and you can't move the camera to see what's behind you. So if an NPC blocks your way, you can't do anything, and then the chicken touches the can and then it walks away. And it drove me to actual, like, I screamed so loud in a way I haven't screamed since I was like 6 years old, playing video games and like failing at them. Whoever designed that side quest, I hope they never find a matching sock for the rest of their life. I hope every time they touch their car door, they get a static shock. I just wish nothing but minor inconveniences for the rest of their life. For like, 1 hour, I can't. Just the worst thing I've ever played. Like that mini game, worst thing I've ever played in my entire fucking life.
Wow.
Video games are so weird in that, right? Because you're like, yeah, what you just described sounds like stuff you should do when Sephiroth is trying to destroy the world. Sounds like the kind of thing you should be doing with your time.
We have bigger problems than these goddamn chickens.
But like, that's what happens when everyone starts working at the same time. And some designer developed a little mini game, and they're like, well, someone's put all this work in, and we have the code for it. So I guess now, hey, writer, explain why this is here. Okay.
No one succeeded. Everyone did poorly. And I will say the cutscene at the end of that you were rewarded with is it got a chuckle out of me despite the pure rage I was feeling.
Pretty good.
I will, if I ever replay that game, I am skipping that side quest. Like there is no world where I will ever do that again.
That seems like a wise decision. So, Philip, do you still need me to keep talking about video games?
You're welcome to, but we don't. Yeah, I don't need you to.
Okay.
I will now pause. I will pause this conversation to discuss what we're gonna maybe do tonight.
Okay.
Maybe do?
Well, you'll see. Because despite everything, with two of you here, I believe there are 3 games that it could make sense to visit. I don't think that it makes any sense to do Neon Flight, but I could see a Meridian situation, as Meridian is a little more in the driver's seat. So we'll only be hearing from Billy and Rena tonight, and the others are kind of just whatever doing that. So into the astral plane. I will also say Topflight West, though there's only half of you present. We could kind of see how Lumen and Beowulf deal upon returning to Earth situation, you know, or if that's what they choose to do in their current situation. We could kind of sort of focus on them and as Teleportia, because I mean, you're missing Teleportia, who she's just 5 minutes behind you, and you're missing, you're missing Connor, you're
That's
missing
a
Archetype,
positive.
which I know he's now the leader of the team, but even so,
It is simply his nap time.
young Sir Boy. Young Sir Boy. So I could say, I think that would work. I also think we have 2 out of 3 murder babes, and 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And actually, we could do some Fireflight by introducing KJ's Fireflight character, but in that case, I don't know that we would be picking up from the shocking ending of our of Fire, because I also retroactively made the building Fireflight game. That was Fireflight 0. That was like Fireflight Prologue. The mission last week was Fireflight 1, which ended with the shocking like scope shooting Drum Major in the head and saying tag Fireflight, you're it. So all of those make sense to me. I think the only one that I don't think we would do is Neon Flight, because there's that was about to be a huge fight, and I don't think that makes sense to do with just you two. So I think we should roll between those options, unless anyone would like to veto one of those options. Unless anyone says one of those options doesn't make sense to them.
No, I think that's okay. I think I would rather we pick up Fireflight from that moment. I don't really want to dissipate the tension there.
Well, we might still spend some time if she wants to. If we include it, tell you what, KJ, we'll still include it, but this will be an introduction for your character as kind of like a side thing, like another 0 issue.
Oh, sure. I mean,
well, it can even, I don't know how the last one ended, but it can be after if she was just busy doing stuff and coming back. But
she's not on the team. They've announced the team lineup, so she'll be added she's going to have to be added to the team in the thing. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Unless she was secretly on the team. Unless Gallows was like, yeah, she's on. Well, actually, that's probably a thing. Anyway, we can deal with it. But we can wait for that later. But we could. Okay, so in that case, maybe we'll only have the 3 options. So all the questions I've been texting you about are not germane to tonight.
I take it back. We can do it.
Pierce says he takes it back. All right, which one of you would like?
No, I didn't realize you texted. Now I need it. Sorry.
You're good.
There is something I find very appealing about the 2 most adept diplomatic entities in the universe coming back from space and failing to capture Meridian to explain everything. Of just Lumen and Beowulf.
By adept diplomatic.
I was a king. I know how to manage diplomacy.
Well, you had to notice.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So perfect.
Lovely. Okay, then we'll keep them all in play. Who would like to roll?
Oh
shit, dice. What is the dice system for Fireflight?
It is a 2d20 system. You will learn it, and you'll like it. I think you'll actually like this one.
A brand new system. Yep. Shocking. Okay.
It's not a brand new system. We've played it on this channel many times, but I am sorry, and I owe you another chocolate cake of some kind next time we go to Chili's, except we probably won't get that. We'll just get chips. Let's face it. We'll have a pre-zert rather than a dessert.
I'll say that since KJ is going through so much effort now to pull out more dice, that she can have the honor of rolling to see what we do.
What am I rolling?
Hold on. Should it be weighted or should it be even odds for all of them?
I think it's even.
What is it? Murder Babes, Star, or Fireflight, and
Topflight and Maria.
I will say, if this influences you all, KJ, I feel like we're right at the end of Murder Babes. Like whenever we resolve this fight with Angel and find this Angel, which we're about to do, I feel like that storyline ends.
There is probably only one more check-in on Murder Babes. That's true. Dan missed it. Okay, so I'm assigning the numbers. Hold on. So the numbers will be. Okay, KJ, go ahead and make your roll, please.
What am I rolling?
A D4, because we're doing even odds.
1.
Guys, it was in order. It was in release order. So after all of that, it's just Lumen and Beowulf. Old classics.
Well, and teleportation.
Teleportation will be here soon. So. I guess I actually typically I do this when there's 2 players. Rather than I forgot. Oh, god damn it! I gotta think of prologues. Hold on. Oh, totally know the prologues will do. I have the prologues. Okay. Option 1. Futura Station. The base of Team Tomorrow. Option 2, Top Beach, the base of Topflight West.
Yeah, I agree. Although every time we check in on our own base, it's bad.
Well, if we're heading home, that's why I want to know what is going on.
Okay, let me just... All right. Understood. So, with that, for Topflight Tales, issue 13, we start with Olive at Top Beach. Olive is planning a big like she's planning just another event using another beach party. And since you guys are all off in space, she's just like, well, I guess since like the rest of the team isn't here and I sort of have been on Top Flight before, I guess I just am in charge of this. So let's see, we're gonna set up we're gonna have like a costume party. I want the Top Beach Gala to be like the Met Gala of the West Coast. So I want everyone in, we call it the Top Gala, the West Gala, the Top West Gala, the beach. Okay, I'm really good at branding, so I'll think of that later. But whatever it's gonna be, let's show me some of like the designs that are like really popping off this year. And so she has hired so many staff who are just like part of her like consulting. Like there are so many like well-dressed iPad toting people who are not involved in your superhero stuff, just involved in, she's really just making herself at home. So she says, okay, so let's see, what are some hot looks this year? And they're bringing various things in, but somebody says, okay, so one of the hottest looks we have now is there's this new thing, and we don't know what the deal is, but it's like purple dresses, red hair. It's kind of horror chic, really fun. And Olive goes, wait, stop. Because you guys might only think that I'm like a brilliant like media manager, but I actually do have some superhero experience, and that's a really dangerous thing. Are you saying that this is like actually something that's out there in the world? And they start showing her how it's in so many lookbooks, and she goes, "Oh my gosh! All right, well I guess it's really good that I've seen this because I'm gonna have to save the world about this now. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, continue plans for our gala, but we have to make sure that this isn't a part of it." Unless, of course, it actually kind of, like, is the biggest brand right now, and like, it's all about... This is called Maisie, by the way, guys, just so you know. I probably shouldn't put that out in the world, actually. I think it'll be fine. Just don't call it Maisie, but just so if anybody else calls it Maisie, you guys should know that it's Maisie. But Maisie's just a thing, don't worry about it, but it kind of is like a terrifying thing, and I have some memories of it, and it isn't the fault of any part of me, just so you guys know. Her team is listening to all of this, being like... So it should be fine. Just, I'm going to have to save the world real quick by looking into this. But point is, the West Gala, the Top Flight West Beach Gala. I mean, that's just word salad. God, I'm so jealous of the Met just being the Met. You know what I mean? What sounds better than Met Gala? Oh, my job is hard. Smoothie, please. There you go. That went on longer than I thought it would, and also it went on just the right amount of time. Yes, Beowulf.
Did we just establish that it's a universal constant that Maisie will always be V's fault?
Maisie will always be what?
V's fault.
I guess so. It's certainly this universal constant.
What I really like, I'm really glad that we did that one, because it was less prologue and more just Philip pretending to be Lauren for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't really anything but that, and I really appreciate that. That was really good.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Also, she apparently in our absence has increased our payroll by 400%.
Yeah.
No, but we have to spend money to make money. That's one of the biggest rules. Also, you should know
we don't make money.
Yeah,
profits we're not after profits, okay? What we're after is growth. So what I'm doing is I'm growing the brand. It's all about brand. Right now, there is no brand equity better than Topflight West. I guess Flight Infinity over it. And the Met Gala. I already talked about the Met Gala. Oh, I wonder.
And Topflight Alpha? Are they Alpha or are they East? Is it
They're just East.
Okay.
I wonder if Lumen would be willing to wear a dress made purely of light. I should be fine with it. Okay. Anyway. So, meanwhile, Lumen and Beowulf, you guys are brought back to Futura Station.
That's an idea that sounds really cool, but ends with Lumen wearing just like some fairy lights and nothing else.
That's probably what they're thinking. Yeah.
All right. So are we in the spaceship heading back to their base, or are we?
Yeah. Basically, you are aboard the Necro ship, and we're gonna say that you're like at this point you guys in Shinobi Red and Teleportia. I think you're the ones who went over it, and Captain Eldritch and Synth are still aboard the Top, and Connor was piloting Top Sauce. So, but they kind of lost you, so you've come back. So basically, we're gonna say those two ships reconvene at Futura Station, okay. And so basically, Commander Cosmic is like, so look, if you guys want to come in and chat, we can, but it seems like you're moving quick. Sorry, my eye's a star. You get how it goes. If you stare, it's fine. Sorry about the confusion back there. So I've got crossed in the wires.
Lumen, is our purpose now to pursue into whatever realm they have gone to? Or do we await their return to ambush them on their return and kill them then?
Oh, wow. This guy's,
I might kill you in a moment.
You're old-fashioned, huh?
We're doing the second one.
Okay.
Shinobi says, no, we must pursue them.
We have no idea what's on the other side of that.
They've gone to the astral plane. Commander Cobb's like, I don't know anything. I actually know a lot of stuff. What I do know is we legit couldn't stay there. I wasn't lying about that. Not that I'm lying about other stuff. Where's, so by the way, so armament is like gone?
I forget, Philip. Did I met Armament, right? I remember.
Armament, yeah.
I met Armament.
So Armament's just gone? That's a shame.
I believe Armament was turned into the young boy that now travels with us.
Swish. He's not turned into.
Okay.
They're different.
Understood. You guys have a kid on your team? I mean, I know we have Kid Stardust, but he's like 20.
He's piloting the ship right now.
He is very.
Oh, hey, kid who's piloting the flying saucer. I just want to say you got some good moves. You kept up for a while.
See, the deafening silence you're experiencing is because he believes all the compliments are already earned.
No, I see what's going on. Press the blue button if you want to reply, and then you hear like, oh, that's really nice of you to say. Actually, yeah, I've just been picking it up because I know a character named Jacket Girl. She's a good pilot. Oh, okay, and then Commander Cosmic says, okay, cool, and then switches it off. That guy doesn't have armament energy, I'll tell you that.
No, he certainly does not.
He does not.
So,
do you know how to get us to the astral plane?
I don't, but you guys are welcome to come aboard if you don't mind more bats. But otherwise, you can head back to your ship. We're all friends here.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
When we were Saint Lumen and all those characters, do we remember that well?
You remember it all happening? Yes. You remember
so it's
that.
Not like a dream for us.
Lumen,
where it's kind of vague.
I'll tell you what, Lumen, and you can change your name to Lumen if you want to, because you will be.
Right.
I promise you'll be Lumen today. I would like you to go ahead and do a magic arcana roll on that very point. You have a plus 12 to it, so Oh my god.
This is one great thing about being Beowulf. I don't have to remember what I remember. None of it.
Yeah.
None of it.
You don't have to know anything.
I remember slaying demons.
Mm-hmm.
Slaying demon mothers. less successfully slaying.
That is a 28.
28. Okay. Do you want to put any dice on top of that? You want to go for the 30? You don't have to. You've got a lot with the 28. With the 28, you definitely remember from your experience there that yes, it is a dreamlike thing. You remember your time as Saint. And the judge. It was a Saint Judge? What do you turn into?
Saint Dread.
Saint Dread.
That's right. Saint Dread.
You remember your time doing all of that.
So I remember / understand that dream realm is why Lumen now has this uncontrollable rage inside of her.
You do. And you know what? I'm going to have you throw a freaking insight on. Make an insight roll. The DC for this is very high. Just you will know that ahead of time.
Okay, well then D4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 1. I don't get it back. But okay. What am I rolling? Insight?
Insight.
Okay. So that is a 29. I would like to put something on top of that.
Hey now.
Another or the 12.
Sure. If you don't anticipate combat.
Okay, so on the 12 I got a 12.
You got a 12 on the 12.
Yes.
So that's a 41.
Yes.
Pretty good.
29 plus 12. Okay, with that, yes, with a 41.
Did I keep the 12?
Sadly, no. You only
okay.
the max roll only is for the use of it later. If you're just throwing on top, you don't keep. So, however, 41. Okay, Lumen. So here is what you understand about it. You understood part of what I'm about to say just from your previous roll, but here's kind of the key. The astral plane. The hardest thing about the astral plane, yes, it is why you believe it. It unmoored you. It gave you this anger. It gave you this kind of like dark beam that you kind of don't talk much about. This dark orb or sphere or whatever you call it. With your 41, you're like, also this is that is the reason that Armament didn't hate Findon until that. So like it, and he hated Findon so much after that. Like it can change you so aggressively. All of us were changed to a certain extent, but like Armament was deeply changed by his time there. I was changed by my time there, but also the big thing is once you get there, you don't know who you are.
Okay.
You are changed into some like subconscious thing, and that's what the adventure is. And Armament was able to retain it, but none of the rest of you could, and then he lost it for a while. So you understand all of that.
Okay.
But Shinobi Red is just saying, well, we have to find a way to the astral plane and if I face them there.
No, it's not safe there for anyone. We need to regroup and just prepare for them to come out.
You've been there.
Yes. And so had Armament and Teleportia, and I know there was more than just that. I can't remember.
It was you. If you want to say everyone who went.
Yes,
yeah. It was. I think Whisper went and
I don't think Synth Devil did.
No, you found him there. You found the helpful devil.
He just happened to be there.
Kaga Hideki went with you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Insanely. Yeah.
The child.
The actual child.
He was an actual child, although he was going to grow up to become a, yeah.
Well, he, unlike, but he was he was a grown adult in a child's body, right?
Yes.
So still more mature than Archetype.
Amen. But the point is, so Shinobi, you sort of say that, and she'll say, very well. I just wish we could understand where they'd be emerging from. She kind of just glares at Commander Cosmic.
Lumen will also glare.
He goes, beginning to sense a little frustration from you guys. It was Meridian who asked me to help. Just throwing that out there. You don't, not really a person you say no to is Meridian, right? Just kind of a.
It is very easy to say no to Meridian.
Well, okay.
In fact, several people of her team had managed to say no to her.
No kidding.
You were too weak-willed and said yes.
Huh. You know, Lumen, I remember talking to you a couple months ago, and yeah, you're having a time, aren't you?
I believe that is an offensive thing to say to women on your planet.
I'm not. I mean, we're not on it. We're not on a planet. We're on a space station, sweetheart. But that's fine. The point is, you guys are welcome to return to the ship that I gave you. Remember Top Sauce, the one I gave you guys to use from our collection. Remember?
You provide the food ship. You provided the food ship.
The food ship?
Well, it is a sauce. Yes, that is a food.
Okay, maybe I should. Do I need to take it back? It's a flying saucer. I don't know why they call it that.
We have not explained the naming of the ship.
Sure. Well, I guess you guys don't want a new freeze-dried ice cream then. Tell the Porsche you can get yourselves back, right? Cool. Peace. He says, all right, guys, let's clean up this thing and resolder some hull pieces, because how bad is it in the cargo bay, by the way? He's like, well, he's just talking to his team. He's ignoring you guys.
All right, let's go back to Top Sauce.
All right, Teleporter will make you a portal.
Perhaps we can consult with the mage about how to locate them.
Oh, yeah. Do you mean you mean Captain Elf? Sure thing. Yeah, as you guys arrive over there, Connor's just sort of at that. Connor's still talking to the control about how good he is at piloting. Like, no one's listening. It's just like, yeah, and then, you know, I mean, I think I understand. So I really do have the basics, but also some of it's just like my own, you know, intuition and understanding of stuff. And Synth Devil just will like close the door to the cockpit to muffle his sound, and say, so they got away, which means my chance to find Dustin Howell has slipped through my flaming fingers.
You seriously dropped the ball on this one.
Me?
What? No, the blame lies solely with Meridian and Captain Lumen. Didn't forget his name. KJ did.
Commander Cosmic.
Thank you. Yes. If Armament had been here, he would not have said yes to Meridian.
Yes, we all miss Armament, but hopefully we can find him someday. I'd love to see his face again. Foreshadowing, because he does in the future. Yeah. Oh,
Editor's note.
Fucker.
To see that reunion. Yes. Oh.
I was just like, oh, I guess he wanted to talk to it. So yeah, Beowulf, did you have a question for?
Oh no, I just said editor's note to see that reunion as you were running away.
That's perfect. But did you have a question for you? You wanted to talk to the mage.
Yes. Captain Eldritch. We have seemed to have, in my experience, those that have access to realms beyond our own, it is magic. So, you as our most magical entity of the group, perhaps you could sort of explain to us how we could either follow them or figure out where they will emerge, so we can kill them then.
Is the plan to kill Meridian? Because that sounds like a bit of an escalation.
I assume we at least want to kill the person that they are bringing back. Yes?
I mean, probably, but her presence is very dangerous.
If Meridian is going back to save Tatiana, then Meridian is also on the side of evil.
The astral plane is very dangerous. It can remove your mind. Meridian has a strong will. She will probably at least remember her goal, even if she changes who she is there temporarily. Although, to be honest,
She kind of looks at Shinobi Red and says,
it wouldn't shock me if she could even stay Meridian there.
and Shinobi Red will say, yes, I suspect, based on I didn't understand quite the sort of transformative nature of this place, but if anyone could stay that way, it's Meridian.
Not to mention the fact they went using technology, so that may affect things differently. Nevertheless, I could open a portal to the astral plane. For us to enter would be dangerous, but possible. And I can research spells that would allow us to, if not retain our personalities, at least remember why we're there and keep our goal more focused. However, there are darker spells, leaning heavily on the eldritch side of magic. Great old ones. Arcane abominations. Such as the Fleecing Schemester. Things that can rewire magic altogether. We could attempt to use such a thing to pull them out. The problem is, there'd be a likelihood that we might pull out the very thing we're trying to prevent them from emerging with. If not, something worse. But if that's a risk you're willing to take, well, I always like using magic in new ways.
Did you hear all of that? I know sometimes you don't hear when I'm whispering.
Oh, that time.
Got it.
Okay.
Well,
Is the something worse than the final?
I don't know. It's possible. There could be some ancient dead godling. There could be all sorts of things there. It's a realm of thought, of collective unconscious, of every being in our multiverse.
And just to clarify, she's talking about if we pull them out, not if we go in.
She is basically saying she could craft using Fleecing Schemester level like magic messing with stuff, or using like great old ones like level, like she's saying she could use some like serious magic to try to reach a proverbial tentacle in and just pull Meridian out, so that like Meridian is you try to remove someone from the astral plane. What she's saying is that in the doing of that, we might grab the wrong thing. We might grab Tatiana Temple and do exactly what we don't want to do. Or we might grab Cthulhu.
well,
So the safest option is either to go in ourselves, or just can we pinpoint where they would come out from?
That I don't know.
you
Time and space work very differently there. I could attempt divinations to find that out, though. But the three things I've proposed, finding a way for us to go in without losing ourselves, finding a way to pull her out without pulling out something worse, or, as you suggest, going in and simply trying to locate where they'll come out. Each one of those would be a very big undertaking for me. So, if we want to debate which is most worth my time, I can go down that road.
Shinobi Red will say, you should get away to get us in. Because Shinobi Red, wants to be in control.
yeah.
That's just her throw out. Since Devil says,
I do not believe we should go in. I've been trapped there long enough. However, we also cannot forget that there is a war raging between two hells.
That is also true.
This has served to distract us long enough.
Whisper. Meridian is quite powerful, right? Does that not create a beacon of some kind for you to follow? Not necessarily within to another realm, but were she to emerge here, that would be something that would be alerted to your senses.
Certainly.
It's starting to sound like Dracula.
Certainly. But if you want to know where she's going to be ahead of time, different divination altogether.
I'm also not against trying to pull something out and just kill whatever comes out the other side.
That's the spirit.
But that's
So
always...
I'm just going to talk this out.
Yes.
So pulling something out feels bad because even if we got Tatiana, that'd be fine because we'd just slice her right then and there. But like, if we got something we didn't want, then that means we'd still have to deal with that, and then still deal with Tatiana, and then still deal with the war. And we're not doing all of that.
Yeah.
Realistically. So that leaves going in or waiting for them. Now, going in is the fun option, speaking as KJ.
Sure. Yeah. Because you're like, can I be saint again? Can I turn into a...
Lumen was irreparably changed, and so was Armament. And can you imagine if we go in there with Archetype and he comes out a bigger jackass than he is now?
I will say that in whatever instance, you can still hear him through the door talking about how good he is at school.
Well, I'm curious if Archetype effectively has all of those people in his head. What happens when he goes to the astral plane?
It's a very good question.
Does he just be like? Does he just wake up as Jacket Girl? He just thinks he's Jacket Girl now. Like,
okay, hold on. I think we should go in. There's
options.
For no reason unrelated to anything that just happened here. I think we should go in.
I will say that. Look, I'm like 60% of the way with you there. Okay. The other 40% is last time we went to the astral plane and came back. Like, things were not great on the other side, right? And we were just abandoning a war between two hells.
Yeah. Well, no. Last time you went to the astral plane is like that's how you did the.
That's how we fixed everything.
Fixed everything.
Sorry, I'm thinking of when we went to the underworld.
Yeah.
We've been so many places. Honestly, it's hard to.
So many places. However,
is there a way? I mean, I'm not saying we should really try and do all, because Lumen's top goal is to stop Tatiana from ever stepping foot back into this realm. If we were to go into the Dreamlands, is there a way we could also feasibly rewrite things again and stop the war?
So, okay. Is Lumen asking this?
If that's the only way I'm getting the answer, yes.
Then Whisper will say, what we did last time was undo something that had been done. Although she kind of gives some side shade, she gives some shade over to sort of Synth Devil. Although not everything was made as it had been. And he'll say, I don't know what you mean. But actually,
yes. Say not everything?
Yeah, he did his own retcon and kept Tatiana Temple there and got rid of Dusty.
No, I know, but what did she say? Not everything.
What like not everything was returned how it was supposed to be. That's
okay.
how she's shading Synth Devil. She says, in order to undo things like that, there are terrible consequences. I don't know that I would suggest you try to turn back time for matters such as that. But could we? Sure, theoretically, yes. We would just have to use the astral plane to go back to a different time in the astral plane where such things are possible. But again,
it took some doing to do that in the first place.
And if that's not where Meridian and Tatiana are, then there's...
Precisely. I will say that it is, if you wish for us to find a means of venturing into the astral plane and keeping our memories and minds intact, or at least our intent strong, we need to go and speak to the Guild of Secrets.
This will take you time, yes?
It will take some time.
Well,
if we
Lumen,
speak to them, it may take less time.
I think this is simple. We allow Captain Eldritch to search for this path to this astral plane. And in the meantime, you and I eradicate the evils of the two hells.
Synth Devil actually chuckles at that.
Is that the amount of time you need?
I suspect it will take less time than that, Beowulf, as that is not a simple undertaking.
Bet.
What an interesting one thing for you to have learned of the modern day.
He just looked over someone's shoulder and saw like one TikTok.
Yeah.
Like
Just not the clock. I did not understand it first.
Synth Devil says, I do endorse the idea of letting Captain Eldritch rightfully use the power Eldritch on a worthwhile goal, while the rest of us focus on hell.
But there's always Lumen. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm willing to help you as much as I can with fighting New Hell. However, once Captain Eldritch is finished with her research and is sure that it's the best way, my priority will be stopping Tatiana.
Perhaps there is an additional way to help with the battle in hell by going to the astral plane. Would it be possible to take other entities with us?
Like who?
The final. It is not that it's strong.
You guys hear a ringing? I feel like I'm hearing a ringing. Just a high-pitched screech.
Well, if I am to understand correctly, if we were to go there is, at this moment is a high likelihood we would not remember who we are, but that you trapped Tatiana there, you left her there before. Perhaps we could take the final out of this world and leave it there.
The final being in the astral plane, a god, could shape things in the material world. The astral plane is the subconscious. To put a thought such as that into the subconscious could have dire consequences. I also, in all humility,
this sounds bad now.
and am not sure I could force him there. Don't sell short the power, Eldritch. Shh, shh.
At this point, the door to the cockpit will open, and sorry. Archetype goes, guys, I just had the best conversation. So are we ready to, where are we going? Are we going back out to wherever you came back from, or are we gonna go home? What's going on?
I defer to your leadership, Lumen, as always.
Is there going to be a problem taking Archetype into the what is it called? Jesus, why was my brain not working?
Plane.
Astral plane. Is there going to be a problem taking him into the astral plane since he's not of our realm, our universe?
There could be unforeseen reactions, but he has spent so much time in the Dreamlands, which is an even more primal level of reality. I suspect he'll actually be more adept at keeping his wits about him there than we will.
Of course he is.
Archetype's
Okay.
like, I mean,
If we were
How,
actually,
how is he simply continuing to fail up? I don't understand.
if we were actually making a comic series, Philip,
yeah.
I would push so hard for the astral plane just because it would be great to have like a just random frame, a panel where like the Dreamwalkers are like in the background as they are in the astral plane, like they just pass.
They're different places.
That's less interesting.
I'm sorry to tell you, it's different. The astral plane.
But for the visual gag in the
I
comic,
get it,
Philip,
I
it would
get it.
violate that.
But they're not in those comics. They come from worlds where the comics exist.
But they enter those worlds, so they could cross.
They if they came here, you could certainly cross it. But I do want to clarify the dreamlands, the dreamlands and the astral plane are not the same thing. They are. Yeah.
Fine.
Sorry. It's a fun idea, but
And if there are no objections, I think we will go to the astral plane. But we will need time for Captain Eldridge to prepare and research, and we need to do our own preparations as well.
Indeed, yes.
So where am I piloting us?
I don't know.
Shall we just return home?
He'll take him to home. All
What
right.
could possibly have gone wrong while we were gone?
Smash cut 2. Never ask that. Roll a d20. No. In this case, I won't do that because there's only 2 of you and it's already 8:41.
Why are people protesting outside of our...
Well, in any event, do you guys? Places you could go. Whisper has requested the Guild of Secrets, although she can travel there easily. So you guys can head to there, or you can head just to Top Beach and let her go off on her own. If you guys don't want to talk to any magic people, that's fine.
That one.
That one? Okay, cool. Fair enough. So yeah, you guys get back to Top Beach. There are no protesters, but there actually is a step and repeat outside, and there's like a lot of like it looks like there's about to be an event.
Is it step and repeat the photo op?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the
photo
thing that
op
has
wall?
like your
Okay.
photo wall thing.
I did not know it was called a step and repeat.
Jesus, yeah, I was Googling that just now. I had no idea.
It's called a step. I'm right? It's a step and repeat.
I mean, yeah.
Cool. I like to know things.
What a name. Okay.
I think it's because you step and then step again. So,
Well, someone steps and then someone else does it, so I get
And
that.
someone repeats that step.
Yeah.
It's like a line dance.
but like, I mean, it's like
Exactly like that.
there's like a catering tent set up. It's like it's what it looks like when you guys are throwing a big party. But but like it's afternoon, so there's not a party on right now. But it's like something's being set up.
This is correct. This is a hero's welcome coming home from battle. Where is the boar?
I feel like there won't be a boar. And I also feel like this wasn't authorized. And I also feel like this is Olive's fault.
Shall we tear it down then? Does it displease you?
Not yet, but hold that thought.
So, yeah, if you guys land, no problem. You guys can enter, and in your like planning room, Olive is like has like a board up, and she's like posting lots of stuff and printing stuff out and doing stuff. She says, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're back. Don't worry, I have everything under control in the sense that I'm aware of it."
What?
What does that sentence mean?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you guys have been up to some crazy stuff. I'm sure it's been wild, but I've been doing a little bit of superheroing, or I guess super party planning of my own. Listen, you all should have a seat. You're not going to want to hear this.
I'm so confused because the meaning of the words you say are bad, but you sound so happy when you say them.
I'm not happy about this. It's a really bad situation that I've identified and am dealing with.
Lumen
I'm
is
so
going to sit.
upset.
Please enlighten us.
Okay.
And please do so without smiling.
That's fine. I cannot smile. Listen. Look at what I'm finding online. And she points to the board. And what you see are various printouts of like purple jackets, like red hair dye ads, just sort of, just kind of like some like, you know, those like kind of like Victorian dresses people wear sometimes that are sort of, you know, like the, wait, what are those dresses that are so? What are those dresses that are super poofy at the bottom?
The Selkie?
Selkie dresses.
Oh,
yeah.
those.
There's Selkie dresses all over. Yeah, there's like, yeah.
Of course, Lauren would have a problem with this. I understand where this is the base.
But she's just pointing at all of it.
Is it clear, or are these like separate things? Like there's red hair dye for one ad, and then
There are a few occasions where you see a red-haired person wearing a purple thing, but it is all over the place. Yes, it is. It's not all on the same stuff.
On a scale of inspo board to Charlie in Always Sunny, where are we?
That's such a hard one to say in this instance because it is, imagine that it's Charlie in Always Sunny, but he's really good at Pinterest. Like it looks like it doesn't look. It's aesthetic. Okay, it is very aesthetic, but it feels like that.
but so to Lumen, it's clear that there is somehow a Maisie influence, not that she's just showing pictures of people in purple dresses with red hair.
I want to lean into Lumen. I believe this one may have lost her mind, and the cure for madness is drowning.
There are far too many of them to drown.
Is that a challenge?
Not yet.
God. Oh, far too many to drown. Is that a challenge? Not yet. Okay. That was the exchange. So basically she starts going over it and she's saying, look at this. Within the last month, we have had this designer has unleashed a new purple, which is totally not in the vibe of the rest of their designs. Selkie dresses in these shades, are you kidding me? This flatters no one. This hair dye suddenly being pushed on so many algorithms. Why is everyone going red? What happened to the whole gingers have no souls thing? That, by the way, dropped. Not anymore. She's just pointing. Exhibit C. She's just showing you.
I feel like you show me something and I understand what we're worried about, and then you keep talking and I'm concerned that we're no longer on the same page.
This is interesting because you two are the two people who are not from this world and are the least equipped to understand if what she's saying makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
This guy won't know. Teleportia is 5 minutes behind you. She stepped out for a moment.
Olive, may I ask you a question?
Of course, Beowulf.
Did you dance naked under a full moon or eat goat's cheese that was not quite ready yet?
If I have done either of those things, it isn't related to this.
Are you certain? It just feels like what the devil would do.
No. This, I'm telling you guys, I know fashion, I know trends, I know style. Something is going on and it rhymes with hazy. And it's not Daisy or Smazy.
Okay. So the concern, just to be clear, your concern is that this is Maisie related and not that you are bothered that people have poor dye jobs or wearing dresses that do not match their skin tones.
Both can be true.
I disagree.
I'm worried about it both in the name of fashion and reality.
Okay.
Sorry for all the claps. Sometimes it's hard to stop.
I understand. Do we know what's happening here, or is why this is Maisie here, or
Captain Eldritch begins to look at the board. I didn't realize the shades could tell me this. I am seeing a pattern.
She waves her hands to kind of like illuminate stuff, and you guys see that like a mazy image can be like superimposed from the board based on like patches of dark and light.
I would be really impressed with this if it weren't about this entire topic. If this were about literally anything else.
Right. That's why I'm saving the world by warning the superheroes of it ahead of time that this is going on.
But, Olive, I'm trying to understand what we're supposed to do. All the people in your pictures, do we need to kill them? Is that will we stop the evil?
I'm
That's
beginning
so
to
many
wonder
civilians.
about why he is on this team.
Fendon
I sort of just woke up here.
Yeah, his.
Fendon power surge. That's why he's here.
Well, that's true. When you're being super manly, and like if you want to get into carpentry, we could take some amazing photos of that. But you need to stop talking about murdering people all the time. It can't be your first go-to. Just say knock them out.
Well, the problem is with my strength, most of the time that does kill them.
Blunt force damage. I mean,
Actually, interestingly, blunt force trauma is more lethal typically than piercing.
yeah.
More
Excellent
people
point.
die of blunt force wounds than knives.
Excellent. I will stab more often than I punch then.
Especially in hell. We're still focused on that part, right?
Yes, so just to be clear, we have a war between hells. Meridian, the strongest of us, going to save the villain who was responsible for several hero deaths in another life. And now this ridiculous doll is now coming back. This doll that was creepy beyond belief, and we couldn't explain why, and we threw into a hole of nothing for the purposes of getting away from it, and it's somehow seeping back into our. These things are now on the docket for Top Flight West. Is that what I meant to understand? That this is all things that we need to deal with imminently?
I believe yes.
That's what we know of, yes. Or someone needs to deal with them imminently. If you'd like, I can ask the Guild of Secrets about this.
Well, you need to go speak with them, yes, already?
Indeed. I suppose I'll go and do that.
Okay. One crossed off the list. Excellent leadership, Lumen.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
She will sort of pause one last time before going to say,
Anyone want to join? Hear what they have to say. They can be a bit much, I understand, if not.
Is it more than this?
I don't like Riverman. He freaks me out.
I will stay.
she disappears. Cool. So,
Olive, if you have seen all this, what is all the stuff outside?
oh, that's just for our announcement party for the gala.
What gala?
The working title Beach Gala, presented by Topflight West and Sky Vodka.
I have okay. as I was saying earlier, we have a lot to deal with. I don't know that this is the right time for a gala. Also, I don't.
Oh no,
know
the
that
gala's not tonight. No, oh my god, Lumen. No. The gala's gonna take a lot of prep. No one's ready. No one has gowns or anything yet. It's you have to dress to impress. The gala is in a month or two. This is just the announcement party for the gala.
Okay. Also, I don't know that us as a superhero group, as a superhero brand, as you like to call us, should be teaming up with an alcoholic beverage, one of the leading killers of this world.
I love this. Please, any brands you like, absolutely. We can give Sky we can pitch that bottle, no problem. Yes, please collaborate. How about we can do a fashion brand? Want to do makeup? Want to do brands are lining up for this, so that's fine.
How about we collab with solving world hunger, or preventing crime?
So proceeds can go to World Hunger, but we're gonna need a corporate sponsor. That's how it sort of works.
It didn't before. We've never.
How widely known is? I'm just gonna say this too to you, KJ. Why don't you just have Shinobi Red's corporation sponsor it? Spindon has no knowledge of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. How about that? How about we ask Shinobi Red for her?
Shinobi Red is here with you guys, I suppose. Still.
Or her. Yes.
What?
Does that make sense? I don't understand.
Oh, I try not to sponsor too many Fight Infinity things. Just to. I own several brands. Just pick one of them.
What are they?
It is a lot of alcohol. Let's see. We could do what's a wholesome brand? Oh, the cars, of course. No problem.
Okay.
Are you okay with it being sponsored by a car company? A car company? Ooh, that's classy. I love that.
Okay. I suppose, yes. People, yeah, transportation is a good thing. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Olive's like, by the way, Lumen, can I just say, I love you getting involved like this. This is great, you little party planner, you. Hey,
Please
Archetype.
don't call me that.
Archetype, you wanna help me pick some fonts? He's like, sorry, I'm on duty, and she goes, bet you are.
I do not like the eyes you are giving him.
Oh no. Wake up.
Well, okay.
There was
news.
an influencer version of Sid and Nancy. That's what those two would be.
Well, okay, good news. The party's not for a few hours, so you'll definitely have time to change.
We still have we have 2 wars and I suppose
I'm ready to go fight the war.
Perfect. Shall I open us a portal?
Oh, right now. Where are we done with the plan? We didn't finish planning what we
Sorry, again, it is your decision. I'm just saying that I'm ready.
We were busy planning the war, and then we were informed of Tatiana, and then we stopped planning to go do that.
Indeed.
Should we not go back to planning, perhaps?
We can do some planning, but what communiques I've had, there are active battles on the edges of the new hell. We could go there and lend our support to the glorious old hell.
Yes, okay.
The status quo.
Okay.
Lumen keeps saying okay in a way that I like a lot.
Before we go, I think I would like to have some of Della Portia's breakfast sandwiches.
Are we hurt still? I just
Yeah, you guys had a big fight.
yeah, we.
So maybe tomorrow
I guess I'm.
you can get a rest in.
Will your forces last that long, Synth Devil?
If not, we can always replace them. Old hell has deep pockets.
Well, now I'm confused. Do you need the help or not?
We definitely do.
Okay. Okay, yes, perhaps it should wait for tomorrow.
Sounds good. Let us all get some rest. Well, Archetype and I, we're fine.
I'm also barely hurt, but
Others are not. I think
yeah,
teleportation
no,
is a
that's
bit
fine.
rough.
But wait, there's going to be some sort of feast in 2 hours.
No, not a feast. Light hors d'oeuvres. And I understand that you think the parties are frivolous, and I totally get that. I do want to point out that currently, since I've taken over, Topflight West's approval ratings and metrics are higher than they've ever been. And she pulls that up on the screen, and Synth Devil goes,
Hot damn! How have you done this sorcery?
How is that? How is not simply doing the good things and saving people, not making these numbers?
because people expect you to save them. People are happy when you also entertain them.
I'm not a jester.
This world is
No,
very confusing.
you're not. You are a, what we call a thirst trap.
I do not
I'm
like the
sorry.
sound of that.
Do you need water, Beowulf? Have we been remiss in not hydrating you properly?
I am I am
Speaking of which,
adequately liquefied.
Beowulf, could you pick up some heavy things or puppies and just let me take a few of Candid's?
If you are going to put him to work, you should at least supply him with the boar he keeps asking for.
Oh, God. The problem is it's gonna skew a little red statey if we have him with, like, dead animals. Personally, I'm not really that into that. We can go that way.
Well, the boar is just traditional for a feast
Well,
to celebrate.
true.
Could you possibly get him, I believe it would be called a deconstructed boar? Would that help?
Just imagine this like a massive deli platter of boar's head. Deli.
What I love about this is that while Olive is preposterous, at this exact moment, Olive is talking to two people, like, where it's like she seems really normal. So I was like, okay, we'll look into all of that, no problem. For now, why don't you guys get some rest? You can come out and put in an appearance at the party. Archetype, I know you'll be there. Shinobi, are you? Shinobi Red's already gone. Okay, she must be going home. Well, guys, great meeting, and you're welcome for my heads up about Maisie. So.
Yes, Olive, I do appreciate you bringing this to our light, and you've done a good job.
Oh my
noticing it.
God, Lumen, stop flirting with me. Or keep going, I'm fine with it.
That was not flirting. That
I
was
know
just
it wasn't.
showing
It's a-
genuine appreciation.
And
I feel like it's
joking around.
important that you understand the difference, and that not all positive interactions with you is flirting from people.
I do know. I mean, a lot of it is, though, but I do understand that. I'm totally on your page.
And if I were flirting, you would know it. Just to be clear.
Oh my God, yes! Lumen, how was I not recording that? That is what we need. Oh my God.
You just, in the nicest way, Olive, you just simply are not my type. I am not interested
That's
in
fine.
what you are offering.
Oh my God, Lumen, just like mommy Lumen saying like if I were flirting.
No,
you would know
I
it.
have
That's
I
what
have
mean.
no children. I have no children to.
That's not to be a mommy or a daddy. You don't have to have kids anymore. It's a brave new world.
I
And
think
she's just
this is empirically not true.
Now you're saying nonsense.
You know. Oh God, it feels so good to be a hero. So my friends, because of this, actually, do either of you have your D13s handy?
Yes.
Sure.
I would like you to both roll a D13, and I'm gonna roll one as well. Wait.
Is this going to result in me starting a new game? Because I swear to God,
It
Philip.
is not. It is not. It is absolutely not.
I got 6.
Okay.
I also got 6.
6.
Hey.
Okay.
If you roll a 6, Philip, do we just go straight to hell
Yeah.
immediately?
You know what? Yes, actually, if I roll a 6, that will be a hell-based thing. So if you guys
We're
have
fighting
tied,
the war now.
No, if you guys have
Hell
tied,
just
though-
opens up and swallows us like at the end of Drag Me to Hell.
Okay, but that's tied in that case. Okay, I'm gonna roll one. Here we go. If I roll a 6, it will be hell-based, and these mean something else. Guys, can
No,
you see
you
it?
didn't.
Oh my God.
I didn't
Oh
roll
my-
a 6, but can you see what I rolled?
13.
And if it's tied, oh, you two, oh, it's, oh, baby, I love it. Oh, I like it. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Okay, and I can do this. Okay. All right, apologies. Ooh, I feel alive. Apologies.
You just like spoke in tongues like you're in a revival tent.
You'll feel better if you testify. That's all I know. All right, my friends and neighbors, old friends, new lovers. Okay, we're going to go to Witch Haven, Massachusetts for a moment. And we had this game's gonna have an epilogue. We had a prologue to kick us off. We got an epilogue. So apologies to my 2 players that I'm just talking to myself. Captain Eldritch shows up outside of the witch house, Witch Haven, Massachusetts. Because of the time difference, night has already fallen there. She walks up the steps. Knock, knock, knock. And the door is opened by a face she just saw. One of the 13 formations. Who looks at her and goes, "Hi," and she goes, "Oh, fancy meeting you here. Are there 12 more just like you inside? Come on in." We were actually talking about contacting you guys about some things, so they come in. I don't know if you guys remember how they showed up at in one of the epilogues or the prologues. At some point they showed up at the Guild of Secrets. So they come in. Trance comes out and says, "Whisper, whoa, hey, sorry, I know things have been sort of weird. I was going to contact you," and she says, "Never mind, I have matters to attend to, although..." She looks in and like the 13 Vs are all in there playing with things, and they're all kind of like going real into sort of like their different domains, you know, like one is dressed Victorian, one is dressed like a kind of like 50s kind of there, and she sort of says, Are you guys like influencing the world to have more Maisie in it?" And they look up from their phones and they're like, "No." Okay. Well, we might need to stop that. I need to talk to you all about the astral plane. And Riverman shows up and goes, "Oh, hey. Hey, sorry I'm wet. I was just in a river. Oh, hey, girls. Hey, Riverman." And Captain Eldridge says, "So, I just wanted to know if any of you had I might need to do something about it, but suddenly there is a knock at the door. Everyone turns and looks. They exchange a glance. Other members of the Guild of Secrets emerge, kind of glancing around, not sure what's going on. Captain Eldritch looks at the door and says, "There's someone there. I can see a great power." "Well, maybe we shouldn't open it then." She pauses, looking at the door. Lumen and Beowulf, or rather KJ and Pierce, I'm gonna ask you both to do me a roll. Would you both roll a d20 for me? Before you make these d20 rolls, who would like to roll on behalf of the Guild of Secrets, and who would like to roll on behalf of the 13?
Guild.
Sure.
A D20, you said, right?
These are d20 rolls, yes, for this.
Ooh, hang on. Let me see if I have a more appropriate.
I got a 13.
Okay.
You beautiful monster. Did you really just roll a 13 for me?
I really did.
You're the best person who's ever
You want me
been
to show
alive.
you?
I believe you, and I trust you, and I care for you, and I support you in all things. No.
I also just rolled a 13.
It's our 13th game, and you did it, and we all did a 13. Everybody rolled a 13. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Oh, hi, Raiders. Sorry. I'll calm down.
I think Raiders just coming in. We may have just broken the world.
Well, you didn't, but they sort of pause, and Captain Eldridge says, and basically Riverman's like, so should I get the door or not? And Captain Eldridge goes, wait, stop. Something's wrong. Riverman's like, so I shouldn't get the door? Once again, the knocking continues. Riverman goes, I'm sorry, it's too uncomfortable not to. He goes and opens the door, and standing there, at the stoop, is a gentleman we've seen a lot of late. Count Dracula. At the witch house, and he says, good evening. My friends, I come to extend an invitation. Or rather, announce an invitation. Whisper, meanwhile, is going, no. Because behind Count Dracula is not, or rather behind the grounds of the witch house, is not the sort of winding street of Witch Haven, Massachusetts, where the witch house sits, but now they can see purple mist.
Oh, fuck me.
In the distance beyond is a tall castle, the Castle Pogia. Dracula, thanks to 13s, and your two 13s meant it wasn't just a few people, it was the whole goddamn place. As they stand here looking at this, and Whisper sort of reaches out to send a message to Topflight and cannot. You guys just lost a real big toy. Captain Eldridge, the Guild of Secrets, and 13 Maisie worshipping formations have found themselves in a newly crafted domain of dread, over which Dracula is not the Dread Lord, but the Dark Powers themselves. But who will the Dread Lord be? Perhaps they're already in the house. And that is where we'll end this issue.
Oh my god.
I don't like that I'm responsible for that. That feels gross. That feels like I've already showered today, and I
apologize.
Can't... Oof.
Well, I can't believe, KJ, you and I rolled the same.
You guys rolled the same
Twice.
for both rolls.
Yeah, twice. In a row.
Yeah.
That seems improbable.
And they were like bad numbers each time too, because the first one basically brought us hellish shit.
The sixes wound up. The sixes mainly, all the sixes did was kept a balance, which meant my 13. I was like, okay, we're pulling this in. But the fact that they brought the whole house, guys, this is the coolest. What a treat for 13, and what a retroactively appropriate episode 13 this has become. Also,
God.
hi Raiders. Sorry, you walked in on an epilogue that I was just doing myself. So, but bad stuff happened. Also, I see that Sophia has asked a question here. Medina is not with him because that is in a different world. But could Medina be brought to this one? Could Medina be more easily brought here than she could any other place? Well, you know what? Let's not get into it, but ooh, wow. Wild, awesome, and bad. Topflight Tales issue 13. Well, thank you so much, guys. This was delightful.
Well,
This also means that we're basically just going to do the war.
yeah, it did
because-
simplify our decisions.
Yeah, because Lumen is just going to wait for Whisper to contact us about the other two things, and now she can't.
Yeah, and I cannot wait for us to ask them to Synth Devil to track her down and him to just lie to us so that we go fight the war for him.
Good news. She said proceed with the war. It's taking a while. And then behind their back, he's like, hey, Whisper, sorry to pester you. Just kind of worried. None of these have... I don't have a red receipt for any of these yet, so... are you ghosting me? Or... Because in our line of work, not funny. Wow. Okay. Well, that's great. Guys, thanks so much. I know there's only two of us here, or two players here tonight, but thanks so much for putting a great episode. I have actually had word from Teleportia. She will be here in 5 minutes.
Oh, excellent.
So, apologies. But thank you so much for this. This is real fun. Happy 13th episode. I also did the math, and I believe that this is our... I think once we get to like a round number, I'm gonna start doing legacy numbering, and I think this is legacy number 57 of Topflight in general. So I think maybe it's 60. I'll start saying legacy 60. I count everything but I didn't count Formation Nation in that because that was its own thing. Well, guys, that was great. Thank you so much. This was wonderful. We have some other games on our channel. Also, please follow us here on Twitch or on YouTube if you're watching later. Subscribe if you're able. You can use your free Prime thing with you. Link it to your account and you get one for free, but have to re-up it every month. It's a hassle, but appreciated. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our wiki to read about how this all interacts. Go to our Discord to participate. It was a blowout for Woods of Taranau yesterday and the downtime for Dreamlands, but then today it evened out with the hilariously acronymed TOTS, Temptress of the Epsilon Sun. Which, did I do that on purpose? I'm not going to say. I play coy on that point. But it's, as people said, it's Watt and Totes. Those are the two. Those are the two choices this time, which is really fun. Good. Speaking of which, yes, we have other games on the channel. Join us on Friday for Blood from a Stone, on Sunday for Here Be Dragons, on Monday for the Dreamlands, and on a week from tonight, I think, for more Topflight Tales. As of now, no one has told me they're out, so I think we'll be here. Any pitches on what Sophia should vote for this stuff? I won't pitch, but I'll give you some more context for them. Temptress of the Epsilon Sun, just so if people didn't recognize from the thing, you're going to Corinna's home plane, which is the first time that has been an option for any Dreamlands thing. You would be going to where Corinna is from, not to her planet, but you're going to her world. But it's going to have a very like planetary romance vibe. It's going to be very like John Carter, Deja Thoris energy. Man,
I so want Thorin to not be there and for us to just go trash her house.
That's totally fine. So that's Temptress of the Epsilon Sun. I did explain that the reason that in the Glow of the Poison Shadow disappeared is because this is a fresher lead. There may be information you'll want there, and we may go back to it. But as of now, that is sort of a fresher lead on, because this is where. Also, that will probably be a more combat-based one because you'll be going there to like attack her. Now with an 18-foot Cyclops in tow. The Woods of Taranau is a much more kind of like folk, kind of creepy. There are some woods on the edge, and people are seeing these sort of like folkloric figure, and it's like, is it? It's kind of like, is this real or is this? Once again, people have to be in like flesh suits and disguised as they did when they. This is the same realm where you went to look at the folklore index.
Oh, okay.
The Uproad, whatever.
Where we encountered the mime.
You encountered the mime there, yes. So if you go there, this will sort of be, you'll be in that sort of zone, that world a little bit. So that is I don't know. I'm not pitching what you should do, but I'm giving you more context on them. And for you two for voting, and any other voters out there, but that's kind of the vibe of them.
Sure.
Woods of Taranau is also going to be a little more like. I mean, they're both. I'm into both of them, so they'll both be very fun. Woods of Taranau will be a little more like. It. Sometimes the players don't always love this. I kind of think it's funny. Woods of Taranau has weaker parameters. Temptress of the Epsilon Sun is like, get Betty Bilebelcher, find out what she's up to, fight her if necessary. Woods of Terranau is like, poke around, see what's happening. What's the vibe? There you go. Would either of you like to make a pitch for either one?
Nope.
Don't
Not
care
really.
between them? Yeah.
Right. Well, like, I mean, I think in essence, the Totes is about confronting Betty Bilebelcher, and Watt is about trying to get more information about. I'm gonna call him the Night Rider every single time.
Have you heard about the Nightmare Rider?
I do think if we do wind up doing what this week,
Yeah.
that the next option should initial out to Magoats.
So we can have Toads and Magoats.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
What?
all I'm saying.
Oh my god. Magoats.
I don't know what however you want to make that happen, but
Yeah, the problem with Magoats, KJ, is it's just gonna be an entire side quest where we have this can on a string that we have to herd goats.
look. I'm not
It'll be no. It'll be wait, is this the best? I should come up with a couple of options. Actually, wait. Are you guys okay if we go a beat longer here?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
sure.
come up with 3. If anybody wants to pitch one, I'm gonna come up with 3 options. I just came up with one that is preposterous.
for Magoats or for any like what
For
are we-
for Magoats.
Okay.
But you guys chat about something else while I do. I'm gonna come up with some options. You guys can vote on them.
Okay.
Wait, are we vote? So we're gonna vote on potential options for.
For what
You're gonna
Magoats
vote on the
stands
name,
for.
and then I'll have to back into it. I'll have to back into it based on what thing I roll as the possibility.
I really like this. I really like this.
Okay.
But if Totes gets voted, then this will be for nothing because I don't want to vote over Watt and Magoats.
let's just give Kevin. Let's give him more work. So if Totes is up next week, the other one has to be Magoats. If Watt is up next week, the other one has to be Mate.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
But I guess I'll just take this time. We normally just at the end, but I will man Zuka's here because I really enjoyed Lumen and Beowulf together. I really like this weird version of Good Omens that we're doing here. I would love a spin-off comic now of Beowulf and Lumen.
We're just in like suits running around. I
Yeah.
like it.
And so I was like, maybe I'll make a buddy cop reference. And just because one is your favorite, I was just like, if you have not seen Hot Fuzz, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but see Hot Fuzz. And then I'll make another one that's like a smaller movie, but it's really Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is just a fantastic, fun, like weird movie. That is a Christmas movie because every Shane Black movie is a Christmas movie inexplicably.
Oh, this movie, I remember this came out.
Yeah, it's great. It's super fun. I think if Lumen, I'm gonna call you Lumen. If you like Hot Fuzz, you would like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I love Hot Fuzz.
It's less cartoony, but has very similar comedic energy.
Okay.
All right, guys, I have 3 options for Magoats. I'm not going to do the mate options, but that's kind of easier to do. All right, your 3 options for what Magoats will stand for, and I'll have to back something into this, are I'm going to post the 3 of these into our Twitch chat here. Many children grieve over the empty sunrise. Murder crime gives offense to eager suitors. Mystic clover gifted oleander touching every soul.
I like the third one because I'm terrified what you're gonna make the first one.
If it's, I would just pray that we roll for a noir thing because that just sounds like a noir title, and then it doesn't have to mean anything.
Yeah, that's
I would just
true.
hope that you're going back to Long Lost Noir to Gray in the Dark. As
Oh
it's like,
yeah.
and I could just see the picture. Many children grieve over the empty sunrise, and it's like a guy like holding a door back as thugs are coming for him.
I kind of just love how ridiculous murder crime gives offense to eager suitors. I love how much that one has contorted itself to get to.
All right. So it seems like KJ's voting for 3 and Pierce is voting for 2. So it's a deadlock with it, chat.
That sounds correct.
So in that case, I'm not going to commit to one right now, but know that it will spell the goats. And if I can come up with a better one, I might. But those are both fun. But I guess we won't go with mini
So
children.
in a way, we have done like a 15-minute pitch here for you to vote for another one.
Yeah, so I guess now the vote is vote for Woods of Tara now. I guess that is what we're saying.
I like the idea that the second one is just one of the sisters from Murder by Murder is trying to recreate the original one with a different group of people, but it's just a murder mystery party. No one actually dies.
Yeah. Murder crime gives offense to eager suitors. Her suitors show up and are like, oh, we want to be here. Murder crime? No.
It's like her version of The Bachelorette, but they have to solve the murder she sets up.
But they're so offended by it, they just can't.
Yeah.
It should also be spelled with a C if it's British. Offense with a C, by the way.
Oh, I was like, do we spell crime with a K in the US?
Well, on that note, thanks so much for whatever the hell tonight was. This was fun, and boy, that ending was great. Thank you for those 13s, you guys. That was pretty sweet. And thank you, most of all. I love you more than any person. Because when you betray me, it's no one's fault. All right. So, on that note, thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. Until we meet again, have a top night.